Hey everybody, my name is Triple J, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in 2020 with the Sunset Harbor DLC installed, along with every other DLC for City Skylines. We are doing a brand new build, and we're starting today. Welcome to Bountiful Bayou. Now, I do have some mods installed. I put out a poll on YouTube for those of you who have watched the Modded Valley series, and many of you wanted to see a new Let's Play series, and it was sort of torn. There was a lot of people who wanted to see a brand new vanilla series. I had several people send me comments saying that it would be nice to see a vanilla series, but maybe just a few mods that you like to use. And so I decided to go lightly modded with this series. However, we will be going through all of the milestones, and I have no additional assets installed. So for the mods that I'm using, down below, you will see a list, a link to a mod list that I have on Steam. So we will be using mods. However, I think we're going to have a blast. And for those of you who are a little intimidated still about mods, don't worry. I will do my best as I am using certain mods to kind of go over which ones I'm using, and that should help you out a little bit when connecting them to the mod list that you see below. So this is Bountiful Bayou. Now, I've taken the Fisher Enclave map that comes with Sunset Harbor. It is one of the 5 new maps of Sunset Harbor, and it might look a little different than if you've opened this. I am using the temperate theme instead of the European theme for this map. So we do have a bit of a temperate feel, and I thought it would be really lovely to do a lot of fishing, a lot of farming, even some forestry. These are some of the things that we're actually attempting over on Twitch, doing a map kind of using a lot of those things as well. So I really wanted to do that again with this map. I think it's really quite lovely. It does offer us a little bit of height on some mountains, but generally it's flat, just like a bayou. It also has very slow moving water, so we have a lot of opportunity for doing very specific fishing. And we even have this nice little lake out here. So again, we will be going through all the milestones, so we will be building inside of our very first tile. The one thing that this map does not have is a train connection. Now, was not too worried about that. There are mods, obviously, where you can add your own connections to the edges of maps. However, I felt it was okay not to have train. I think we're going to end up having our own train lines, though, just sort of running around our own city, so our own internal lines anyway. So I wasn't too worried about that because we're going to have a lot of cargo coming out on the harbors, and that will be our main focus. So let's get started. Let's get building and working on our first little town here on our very first tile. Now, I do have the 25 tile mod installed, so that will give us additional tiles outside of the 9 that we get in unmodded. So we are going to be building in a much larger space. So when we are doing planning, like where highways and things go, keep in mind that we are going to be planning for that 25 tile ultimately when we do it. So, but again, we have to work through the milestones, and at this point, we only have the 1. So let's go like this, get our first piece of road in here, and that's just enough so I can unlock the one-way roads. Okay, delete that, get a refund. Now, let's see. We have a little bit of height over here, but I think what I'll do is keep it pretty simple for now. I'd almost like to keep this here if possible. I think that would actually be really nice. Maybe we can curve the highway around, because in my head, the highway is going to eventually extend this direction, cross the highway here, and maybe connect up right up here. And then this could be some sort of a downtown area, things like that. But let's not get too far ahead. But just, you know, it's good to keep that in your head when building. So I'm going to expand out to there and out to there. Then I'm going to make sure that this is turned. We're going to grab this. This will be our crossover, because we're just going to do a simple diamond Very, very simple diamond interchange here. I'm going to go like this because I believe this is going to be fairly temporary. But we just need to make sure that we have our connection pieces on. So what we're going to want to do is go down by 12 units out. And I'm going to curve that in. Okay. Same thing over here. Go 12 units out, 12 units down, so we get that nice gentle slope. And we'll just curve it in, like so. Slots are on and are off. And if you want to do a quick turnaround, you can do that right there. Great. And then, of course, we'll connect to this, expand this out, go out another 12. Down. I'm going to go straight with this. Maybe we do a little bit of a curve or something. Where are you going, sir? Hello? We have some cheaters here. Unclear how they're doing this. Magic. Potential magic. But that is one way to certainly cut across. They're out of here. Well, that's one way to do it. Very, very interesting. I mean, I guess you just never know what you're going to find here in City Skylines. All right, well, we'll ignore that for now. Could be a mod doing something strange. No idea. But that's very interesting. So let's just get a small neighborhood going over here. And I'm actually going to pause real quick because as you can see, we are losing money. And let's go down and over. I was going to go down over here. Create a little. And I'll go up by, let's see. Go up one. Get a couple. Can I get a couple city blocks in here? I can. Not full zoning over there, but that's all right. We don't want to spend too much money because keep in mind we do only have 44,000 left. So let's get our water in. Now you might look at this map and say, well, there's no arrows for flow. So now I might be a little concerned that my poop water is going to get, sucked in by my water intake. Well, luckily enough, we now have a solution for that. And that is inland water treatment. So now you can attach a building right off of a road here. And this will actually treat your water on land. So you don't have to pump poop into your lakes and streams and oceans. And it's really, really handy. It does pollute, but there are eco ones you can get later. So there's this eco one. However, let's see what that's $4,000. This one's 2,500. That's actually not that much worse. This one's 480 per week. This one's 320. Boy, it might actually be worth going for the eco right away. That might not be too shabby. So just for over here, let's use this side as our small industry area. So we'll go off like, let's see, let's go up. I'm gonna grab to there. I'll do another connection point there. Go up. Okay, and then let's get the inland water treatment down. For now, I guess I'm just going to plop it right there. And just like how you would connect it, just via pipes. Nice thing is these are close enough now where we don't have to pay a lot in pipe costs. Now, I also want to let you know that I do have a mod called Remove the Need for Power Lines. I'm going to drop some of this power down here. Let's just drop one for now. And so all it does is if you have power somewhere on your map, everything will have power. You just don't need to connect them with power lines. And the reason I have this mod, it's a very good quality of life mod. Very similar, kind of falls, you know, below the radar, but it's a nice mod, especially when you're building small towns and maybe you're building very remote things and you just don't want to have a power line running to it. Because I don't really care for how the power lines look, and they take up zoning squares and they just take up space. And I think if they're placed properly, you can make them look all right, because I mean, places we do have power lines. I just prefer not to use them. You might be saying, well, you know, there's a water pipe mod that does the same thing. You don't need water pipes. Well, and to that, I would say that's an additional mod that I don't really need, because I don't mind building water pipes. Plus, I don't have to look at them. So I'm actually okay with just placing my own water pipes. But I do know that that mod exists. So let's go out again. I was gonna say it's out of the city limits. Right, it's fine. So we'll go up like this, just like that. Okay. We got about 9,000 left. We got some power. We have water treatment. We have water intake. That's pretty much what we need. So let's get some people going in here and start to get some citizens. And I'm going to put down just a little bit of commercial along here. Now for this, I don't actually have access to the terraforming tool just yet, which is fine. But I do have access to move it. And I think what I'm going to do here is use move it to bring this down. And what we'll do is I'll terraform the rest of that later. Now, move it mod is a wonderful, fantastic mod. I do talk about it in one of my tutorial videos, 5 essential mods. It is wonderful. We're going to be using it a lot in this playthrough. And so I will try to talk through the different tools that I'm using there. But essentially allows you to use and move almost anything in the game, and raise, lower, shift just ever so slightly. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. So let's get some citizens in here. I'm going to turn this up on 3 speed. I think we'll be okay money wise. Here we go. First citizens popping in. Excellent. Always very exciting when the first citizens pop in of your city. Lovely. Now, of course, our budget is going to be going down, and that is perfectly understandable. I'm going to zone this as well, and that bit. And I may as well just zone that as well. Okay, we're getting some commercial moving in. I'll put a little bit more of that. We are getting some industrial demand, so let's pop some of that down as well. Get that in here. All you want to do is make sure we can get our budget to the green. Can we get a positive budget very soon? Hopefully we can. As you can see, it's cutting down as we get more and more citizens in here. Oh, these guys are going to complain about water. That's why you leave a little bit of cash, though, left over just for things like this. Because ultimately, you're going to make, you know, that is such a simple mistake. It's barely a mistake. It's just, you know, more people need water, right? I've been playing this game for 5 years. That still happens to me. So, totally understandable, but that is why you leave a little bit of cash left over, because you will lose some for the first little bit. Now we're in the green. That is very good. Now we just got to get that number going here. Get it pumped up. Still have some zoning left, so I don't want to zone a whole lot more until it asks me to. But really, when you're starting out, you know, just following your RCI demand is the best thing. It's really all you can do. And there we go. Our first achievement, our first milestone, Little Hamlet. So now we get taxes and loans. So now we can pump up taxes a little bit and make some more money. We now have access to garbage, healthcare, and education. So now they will be calling for that. Some of the buildings for it. So this goes back down to 1 speed. First thing we're going to do is go into the economy panel. go to taxes. And I'm going to bring them up to 12. If you didn't know, 12% taxes, which is very high and potentially a little cruel. But 12 is the highest you can go before they start to complain. If I put it at 13, you'll start to see little dollar signs over their heads and they're going to start to complain that their taxes are too high. But 12 is perfectly acceptable. It does not make them any less happy being at 12 than it does at 9. They will only just be unhappy once it hits over that percentage. So, and then we also have access to loans. Hopefully we won't need those in the near future. We did get a little bit of a boost in cash because now we need to give them some trash. And some of the new trash, the waste transfer facilities and the waste processing complexes, this came with the new Sunset DLC. We'll be checking those out later. Very, very nice assets, but early game, probably best to just put down some basic trash services. I'm going to go right for the recycling center and just avoid the landfill altogether, because then we can at least process the trash that we have. We have a medical clinic. We'll get that down, which will start to make people very happy. Now they can get medicalized, and that's all good. We did not get another tile in that first one, so we're going to have to wait to get an additional tile, but that's all right. We still have room to grow over here. So I'm going to bring some of this through. And I'm going to see, can I go... I'm going to go one more block. And I'm going to pause real quick because I'm starting to see some power issues, which means that we are just a little short on our power. I'm going to turn this up to 3 speed. I'm wondering if I can get... Can I get to 6 grand before we start running out of power? We're getting a little bit of brownouts here. Rolling brownouts. I don't think we will. That recycling center is a little bit more, so we're going to have to dip into this loan immediately. But that's okay. Use the loans. That's why they're there. So I'm going to go... What is this? How much does this cost? 19,000. This is coal, which we do want to avoid. So you know what? I'm going to do this. And we're going to go as eco as possible. I'm going to drop 2 of those down. We're going to try to avoid pollution as best we can. Again, we got a little bit more of this needed. So we'll pop some of that down right there. People are still moving in. That's very good. I'm going to bring this through to about there. Again, I'm going to move it. I'm going to grab these nodes and I'm going to bring it down. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to say I want all 3 of these nodes to be on the same height. So I can line the heights with that node. There we go. A nice flat area. Grab this, bring it in. And this will allow us to make some more neighborhoods. Now I'm just going to go like this along the highway, which isn't the best place to live, but that's where they're going to have to live for now. Excellent. We're almost to our next milestone. Right about now. There it is. Worthy Village, 650 population. So now we have our another tile that we can purchase. We also get districts, new policies, second loan, district specializations. We get emergency services, police departments. So they're going to be calling for this now. Some new residential specializations with Green City, some new policies, police station, firehouse. All right. Very good. So we're going to want to get that down pretty quick. Fire coverage is always important. Let's get that down there. And I'm going to want to put another one over here to appease our industries and help them level up, which doesn't leave us enough money for the police station. However, we should be at that very soon. believe it's what, 10 grand? 12 grand for the police station, but we are making quite a bit of money now, and people are going to start to level up and get very happy. Get a little bit more residential there. And along there as well. Excellent. A little bit more commercial demand as well. So I'm going to dip some of that down right there. I'm going to put just a little bit of commercial right here. Just for these people to shop. Buy some lunch. Things like that. Let's get this down. Fill in this little tile here. We'll just want to move in. A lot of hubbub about this city. Got some crime over here. This poor little house is dealing with some crime. Well, we have police coming very shortly. Very shortly. Down a little bit more of this. Very good. Our budget is looking healthy. Almost to that 12 grand. We can buy our police station. Help them level up. These poor people can get some help. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. That should send a police car out to investigate immediately. Hopefully. Where are the police? Are all cars out? All the areas are out. We need them. They need help. Quickly. Here comes a cop. Right now. They should investigate and take care of this situation. There they go. Thank you, officer. Now we're getting more power issues again. Yeah. This is more efficient. The coal power plant is definitely more efficient when you get started. But hopefully we can get that going fairly quickly. Put down some more people, though. Now we do have access to our second loan. We may as well just take it. Because why not? Put a bunch of those down. Ensure that we have some more power for now. There we go. We over doubled it. And we've hit Tiny Town. 1,000 people. We now have access to park areas, industry areas, landscaping. So now we can do some terraforming and different things like that. Lay trees, all that good stuff. Event policies, park policies, plazas, new fishing industry that comes with Sunset Harbor. Very exciting. I'm excited to show all of you that as well. Let's see, a bunch of new policies. Now we have paths, a couple new roads, industry roads, very good. Fishing routes, of course, now at canals as well. Fences, all that good stuff. Parks, now we can give people parks to hang out and play in. Now a high school as well, available to us, which is important to note. So now we can start educating our citizens further. Also, the fishing harbors and markets. Ladies and gentlemen, we hit our first 1,000 citizens. That is going to do it for me for this first episode here in the Bountiful Bayou. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions or comments, please put them down below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode where we're going to continue to build this beautiful new Let's Play on this map. Very, very excited. So everybody, thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.